Hello friends, welcome to my channel. The Less is More. So today it is 14th April and today it is the 132nd birth anniversary of Dr. Bhimrao Babasaheb Ambedkar. So on this auspicious day, we will discuss an editorial on the views and the ideas of Ambedkar. The author is Arjun Ram Meghwal and he has written an editorial in the Indian Express titled Ambedkar Model of Statecraft. Modi government has implemented Babasaheb's vision through its policies. It's a subtitle. Or so let's start the editorial. B.R. Ambedkar was more than an individual. He epitomized the spirit of justice. Epitomized means a kind of mm, made like or characterized. His ideas and actions continue to illuminate the present and are a guiding light for the future. His 132nd birth anniversary is a moment to recognize the moral force behind the immortal spirit. So, the author is saying that his ideas and actions would continue to remain present and guide and are a guiding light for the future. And today it is a moment to recognize what moral force behind the immortal spirit. This anniversary marks a special occasion as it is also the centenary of Ambedkar work. What is the special occasion? It is centenary of Ambedkar's works. What? The problem of rupee, its originate solution, which paved the foundation of the Reserve Bank of India in 1934. During that time, the country was trying to come out of the clutches of colonialism, and Ambedkar was vigorously advocating to usher in significant nation-building measures in a multidimensional manner. So, in almost 1923, the Ambedkar Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar wrote a book, The Problem of Rupee, its originate solution, and which ultimately paved the way for the establishment of Reserve Bank of India in 1934. During that time, the country was trying to out of the clutches of colonialism, right? And Ambedkar was vigorously advocating for it. In every assignment from his association with Simon Commission representing the cause of the depressed class in all three roundtable conferences, as a Labour member in the Viceroy's Council and as the chairman of the Constitution's Drafting Committee, he firmly safeguarded the interests of the people. So even in his other work, like first is Simon Commission, in which he represented the cause of the depressed class in all the three roundtable conferences. Another is Labour member. He was appointed as Labour member in Viceroy's Council in 1942 to 46, and he also worked as chairman of the Constitution's Drafting Committee. Right. He firmly safeguarded the interest of the people. He stressed establishing institutions for a just society. The more we accept the persona of an individual, the more we accept the persona of an individual, the greater the probability of emulating their ideals in practice. So if we accept the persona as a persona of individual, means characteristics of individual, the chances are higher. Of what? Probability of emulating that ideals in practice. We can implement that ideals very effectively. In the newly independent India, this is a good statement for essay writing. Let me highlight it. In the newly independent India, a great acceptance of Ambedkar would have led us further on the path of welfare and justice he propagated. Looking through this prism, it is apt to ask, have we truly accepted Ambedkar? So we would have the answer in upcoming paragraph. Looking back, it is evident that for government of Congress and others, such an acceptance did not come easily. How? This is illustrated by the fact that it took a struggle of 34 years to finally award Ambedkar the Bharat Ratna posthumously and to install a life-size portrait of him in the Central Hall of Parliament. Right, so it was the 34 years of struggle to award Bharat Ratna to Ambedkar and install a life-size portrait in Central Hall of Parliament. It was ironic that Ambedkar's first seated Central Hall portrait was removed and later reinstalled on April 1990, whereas the portraits of Motilal Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Indira Gandhi were put in place in a comparatively shorter time. So the portraits of Motilal Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Indira Gandhi were put in place in a very shorter time. Similarly, the belongings and associated objects of the members of the Nehru family were preserved, protected, and showcased at designated memorials. So, the objects and belongings of this Nehru family were preserved, protected, and showcased at the designated memorials. The concern about safeguarding the belongings of Baba Sahib was absent in earlier regimes. It is the sensitive approach of the Modi government that has taken into account what and prioritized Ambedkar's legacy. Under the Ministry of Culture's auspices, the National Research for Conservation of Culture Property Lucknow has preserved Baba Sahib's belongings for posterity, for future generations. A total of 1,358 objects, including the typewriter used to draft the Constitution, have been preserved and will be showcased at the upcoming Dr. B. R. Ambedkar Socio-Economic and Cultural Center, Chicholi, Nagpur. So, these belongings would have been preserved and will be showcased at Socio-Economic and Cultural Center, Chicholi, Nagpur. This center will emerge as a sacred place, highlighting glimpses of his contribution to building the nation. Spread over 11.5 acres, this center comprises a museum and memorial, meditation hall, and library. From 2014 onwards, actions of the Modi government indicate the acceptance of Ambedkar in totality. So, this article is presenting that how the Congress and earlier regime had not accepted the Ambedkar and how the Modi government has accepted, acknowledged the work of the Ambedkar, right? So their belongings were not preserved in earlier regimes. Um, and right now, National Research for Conservation of Cultural Property Lucknow is preserving Baba Sahib belongings, and it will be showcased at Ambedkar Socio-Economic Center, which will be established at Chicholi in Nagpur. and it would comprise a museum, memorial, meditation hall, and library. What other things that this government is going to do for acknowledging Ambedkar? So from 2014 onward, actions of the Modi government indicate the acceptance of Ambedkar in totality. From the planning to the implementation level, the governance system has been conditioned to adhere to Ambedkar's vision. It is the government's commitment that has resulted in dedicated development of the Panchtirth. It is what? Government's commitment that has resulted in the dedicated development of Panchtirth. Dr. Ambedkar International Center and the implementation of pro-poor and people-centric policy measures to facilitate the ease of life of citizens. So, government's commitment resulted in the develop, dedicated development of Panchtirth, Dr. Ambedkar International Center, and implementation of pro-poor and people-centric policy measures. And these are the steps that bring the government closer to Ambedkar ideas. Then, Stand Up India, Startup India, PM Awas scheme, Beam Mudra, and Jam Trinity, among many other schemes, so that the government is leaving no stone unturned to fulfill the assigned targets and ensure saturation level implementation. The Prime Minister's Panch Pran mantra for making a developed India by taking pride in our roots, removing traces of the colonial mindset with unity and a sense of duty is also reflected in Ambedkar's idea. Ambedkar believed in taking pride in our roots and removing traces of colonial mindset with unity and a sense of duty. And the Modi government is also working towards the removing the traces of colonial mindset. He believed that the constitutional ideals and social philosophy of liberty, equality, and fraternity have Indian cultural roots from the teachings of Buddha and are not merely a legacy of French Revolution. Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, an initiative to unearth the courageous stories of unsung heroes who sacrificed their lives for the nation, is a moment to present a more complete historical perspective to future generations. The dynamism to accept Ambedkar as he is on the one hand and emulating his values through actions on the other is a fitting tribute to this great son of India. So the author is saying that the constitutional ideals and social philosophy of liberty, equality, and fraternity is not the legacy of French Revolution only. It is also associated with Indian cultural roots, with Buddhism. Another thing is Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. It's an initiative to honor the stories, the courageous stories of unsung heroes who sacrificed their lives in the struggle of independence for the nation. It's also a movement to present a more complete historical perspective to future generations. India would have benefited if earlier government had accepted Ambedkar in this manner. Their commitment to public welfare would have been greater as a result. So author is saying that if earlier governments would have accepted the Ambedkar in this manner, their commitment to public welfare would have been greater as a result. On his 132nd birth anniversary, let's resolve to accept his beliefs and values to build a prosperous, just, and harmonious society. So, we as an UPSC aspirant should also resolve that we will accept his beliefs and values to build prosperous, just, and harmonious society in the interest of India. So this was about today's article. Arjun Ram Meghwal is the Union Minister of State for Culture and Parliamentary Affairs and Lok Sabha MP from Bikaner. So this was about today's article, Ambedkar model of statecraft. Okay, bye guys. Thank you. Signing off for the day. This is Steve. Bye.